Saint Isaiah the Solitary. Introductory note. There is some uncertainty about the identity of the author of the 27 texts that follow. According to Saint Nicodemus, Saint Isaiah the Solitary lived around the year 370 and was a contemporary of Saint Macarius the Great of Egypt. Most historians today consider him to be later in date. He is now usually identified with the monk Isaiah, who lived initially at Scetis in Egypt, and who then moved to Palestine at some date subsequent to 431, eventually dying in great old age as a recluse near Gaza on 11 August 491, according to others in 489. Whichever date is preferred, it is evident that the author reflects the authentic spirituality of the Desert Fathers of Egypt and Palestine during the 4th and 5th centuries. Saint Nicodemus commends in particular his advice on the rebuttal of demonic provocations and on the need to be attentive to the conscience. Saint Nicodemus here gives no more than short extracts from a much longer work, as yet untranslated into English, on guarding the intellect, 27 texts. There is among the passions an anger of the intellect, and this anger is in accordance with nature. Without anger, a man cannot attain purity. He has to feel angry with all that is sown in him by the enemy. When Job felt this anger, he reviled his enemies, calling them dishonorable men of no repute, lacking everything good, whom I would not consider fit to live with the dogs that guard my flocks. He who wishes to acquire the anger that is in accordance with nature must uproot all self-will until he establishes within himself the state natural to the intellect. And it gives an asterisk here next to the word passions. And we'll look up the word passions in the glossary. And it says passion, from the Greek word pathos. In Greek, the word signifies literally that which happens to a person or thing, an experience undergone passively, hence an appetite or impulse such as anger, desire, or jealousy that violently dominates the soul. Many Greek fathers regard the passions as something intrinsically evil, a disease of the soul. Thus St. John Climacus affirms that God is not the creator of the passions and that they are unnatural, alien to man's true self. This is from the Ladder of Divine Ascent in Step 26, translated by Archimandrite Lazarus. Other Greek fathers, however, look on the passions as impulses originally placed in man by God and so fundamentally good, although at present distorted by sin. Saint Isaiah the Solitary, in our translation, Volume 1, page 22. On this second view, then, the passions are to be educated, not eradicated, to be transfigured, not suppressed, to be used positively, not negatively. And it reminds us to see the word dispassion.